Hello, welcome to the Owner's Box. I'm Billy Koch. That's Michelle Yu. Last week we had Adam Kluger
Kluger.
Kluger from Run Fast Racing ready for an interview, and unfortunately, due to his crazy schedule, he couldn't make it happen. But we have him today for sure. Well, we're not
Which is
sure.
fortuitous because they
He's
just
supposed to.
happened to win a grade one this weekend.
They won the grade one with Listen Up Chance, the grade one being Crosby. He's supposed to come on in 20 minutes. So for the next 20 minutes, Michelle and I are going to rant and rave. And
What's your favorite part?
and then hopefully he'll show up. So we went to Michelle was not happy. Look at her mouth. You just went like Michelle was not happy last week. I'll let everybody know. So
Well, it's hard when things don't go as expected. And then like when you've already done like the thing up the top that has the name and everything, I don't know how to change any of that. And then it was just us. So
for now it says Run Fast Racing, although you spelled racing wrong.
Did I really? Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, I did. And I have no idea how to change that. Sure.
Yeah, and you know it's interesting that you say that that things go wrong. Michelle and I, before we started the show, I've had a couple injuries here. I've had some horses that needed to go to the farm, had some retirements, and then we had this crazy bad weekend, going into Sunday. I mean, I loved a lot of our horses last week, and for those of you who listen to the show know, I usually have a pretty good beat on our horses and when they're going to run good, when I don't really love them, when the competition, because if you ask trainers about their horses, because, especially for betting purposes, the trainers always say, oh, my horse is doing great. I really like him. But they don't know the rest of the competition, right? They'll just say their horse is doing good, but they don't know that their horse has zero chance. For us, we study, we know what's going on, we follow the other races. And I loved so many horses last week, and they all ran terrible. After a good first weekend, then everything just went wrong. Like, you were asking me about Claire and Present. We love that 2-year-old. He got bet down, and he just didn't fire. White Lady didn't fire. Had a couple other horses, didn't fire. And we went into Sunday, and Arrakis didn't fire. We went into the weekend, and it was like, I think it was like Sunday. And Phil D'Amato could tell I was kind of down. I mean, I kind of wear my emotions on my sleeve. If for anybody who knows me.
Now, were you down or were you pissed? Like irritated? Not Phil.
I think it was a little bit of both.
Yeah.
I was kind of irritated with some of Phil's responses to me via text. And I was just down because I personally this is my life. This is, I don't like when horses run badly. I don't like it when being embarrassed out there. I just don't like it. I mean, I'm a competitor, and I have great respect for other people who win races. And all I want for our horses, and I tell our partners this all the time, I want clean trips, good trips, clean trips. If we're beat by a better horse that day, fantastic. That's awesome. Ironman Cal, great example. We took a shot, ran him on the dirt in San Diego, finished third to Journalism and Shea Brennan, and wasn't disappointing at all. Just walked away saying, well, he handled the dirt, ran a great race, got beat by better horses. And I didn't like that Amici Jaramillo moved too early on the goat, but that's another story. But then, so I give credit to Phil D'Amato. He could sense that I was pissy, and he sent me a text, and he said,
"No, a Snicker bar."
No, he called me. You're gonna love this. He called me and he said, "Take the violin out of your ass and stop complaining. We have a lot of good horses, and so what? We had a couple of bad days." He goes, your organization is incredible. You're doing a great job. You work hard. He's just said, take the violin out of your ass.
I love that.
Because I think I was kind of feeling sorry for myself, and I hate that. Yeah, and I hate that feeling. And he was right. And we had a great day on Sunday. Obviously, Gold Phoenix. Michelle mentioned it again before we went on the air, and this has kind of become the people's horse. 6-time Del Mar graded stakes winner, all-time record, making history. And the best part for me, not only the race, but not only all the hugs, and we had all the owners were there. It was like an incredible turnout. And Phil was doing like a post-race interview for someone, and I was just standing there, and he's like, "Yeah, we thought we'd just run in the Eddie Reed and get a race." I said, "You didn't want to run." I just yelled it out. It was so funny. He was like, "I don't know if we should run in the Eddie Reed. We should just give him some time for the Del Mar handicap." I'm like, "Are you crazy? Like, just run him. He's running the Eddie Reed every year except last year where he had a little mishap and he had to scratch and then he ran in that allowance race. But he's always run before the Del Mar handicap." So
Yeah.
it was kind of very satisfying. Phil had a big. It's nice to see Phil smiling too. It's a
Phil
great moment.
smiled?
He was smiling. He was very happy. Yeah, I even saw
Wow.
it in a video. So it was just a great day, and congratulations to all the partners and to Gold Phoenix and Barrios with another great ride. And look, we talked about it on the show. Like, Formidable Man is formidable.
Yeah,
I
he's a
mean,
good horse.
he's a really good horse.
And then
I
Cabo Spirit was lone lead with
lone
slow fractions.
100%. I mean, it was one of the best races I think Gold Phoenix has ever run.
Mhm.
And I think it was just that feeling that I guess whenever you're down and whenever you're out, just take the violin out of your ass, stop feeling sorry for yourself, and get back to work.
No,
And
I might need to do that more often. That is like my go-to persona.
yeah, and look, we all get there because it means so much to us, and that's the thing. Like, I have a hard time after a race if your horse doesn't run to expectations being happy. I'm sorry. Like, I
Me
can't
too.
just like it takes me a minute, to like go, okay. And fortunately or unfortunately, I mean, I have to report to generally a lot of people who are asking
Mhm.
questions about what happened. And it's part of my job, and it's why I get paid, and I love it. And I have to do a better job. So even we've been in the game for a long, long time, you and me, and it still hurts, and you have to get over it. And you just have to be, this game, as someone once told me, I think it was Bob Feld actually, he said to me, he said, "This game is for, you got to wear your big boy pants."
Ugh.
Right. So,
But I like to be pouty. I get so bitchy and whiny after we lose and the horse runs bad. I just like sit
yeah,
there
and
and
that's
pout.
fine. But listen, I get the same way. But at the same time, you just got to move on. You got to get through it, and you got to keep that positive energy flowing, and hopefully, the rest of the meet will go more like Sunday than it did for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
All right.
How's that
Cheers.
for a soapbox? How's that for a self-reflective soapbox?
I love it. I need to take some of that advice to heart too.
Well, I
Um,
appreciate.
we had
Whoa.
disappointing news over the weekend.
Oh,
Journalism retired.
terrible. That was, but then, yeah, that was, you know, I still don't know what happened. Apparently he got caught in the gate. Something happened. Did he have a hip injury or something, or
No, he has a suspensory.
Heinz suspensory? Yeah.
Yes, Heinz
So they
suspensory.
retired journalism, and look, he goes out a winner. He was a fantastic horse, a horse everybody kind of got
Mhm.
behind his way of running, that he came with that big run, and all the owners, Bridalwood and Eclipse and oh, what's
Wasn't he
the
Don
orange
Alberto
silks?
too?
Don Alberto, and I'm sure
And
I think he
Coolmore
went
now.
and Coolmore now. So congratulations on a wonderful career.
I
And
would
then
breed to him and I'd buy a baby.
look at you. Good. Good for you.
Wouldn't you? You gotta love a nice, durable
I think
horse.
one of the things, yes, he was
The thing with a
very good. I
suspensory injury is you're looking at 6 to 9 months off for soft tissue like
yeah,
that,
yeah,
and obviously that would take out his whole end of the year. They were gonna breed him next year anyway, so if people are wondering, like, how come, that's why. It's not that it's not recoverable, but when he's already heading off the stud next year, it doesn't make sense to
right,
persevere.
right. And then the Bing Crosby. We're gonna talk about Listen Up Chance with Adam Kluger in a minute, but unfortunately, Cornucopian broke down in that race and was euthanized the next day. Just someone asked me about it that doesn't really know a lot, and they're like, "Well, what's
Mhm.
happening? What's happening?" And we've had this discussion many times on the show. First of all, you don't wish this on anybody. Your enemies, doesn't matter. You don't wish this. That was a beautiful horse, a talented horse, a fast horse. And these things happen just like they happen to humans, and we do everything we possibly can as far as track maintenance, the veterinarians that are looking at these horses all the time. And sometimes it's just fate. there's nothing you can do except,
We're
move
talking about a
on. And
1,200-pound animal who's, they race and they have
yep,
an ankle this big that all
yep,
that weight comes down on. So,
yep. And it happens, and it sucks. I fucking hate it. And I feel for all the owners. There's a whole list of owners. I saw Tom Ryan the next day, and all you
I'm
can
sure he
say
was
is,
upset.
"Oh yeah," you just say how sorry you are, and that's all you can
Mhm.
do. I mean, we've had it happen before, and it is the worst feeling in the world. So, our hearts and condolences go out to all the owners and Bob, and of course the horse cornucopian. There you go.
I mean, the bad part of the race notwithstanding, it ended up being a very competitive race. Uh,
Absolutely,
I
Maximum
thought
Bourbon.
Max Bourbon had been training absolutely lights out. Watching his works on XBTV, he was working 59 and change, and I mean, in
Yeah,
a hole with his ears up. So I felt like he was going to run a really big race. Listen Up Chance was coming out of a good effort behind Bookham Dano, where he looked like he was
yep,
trying to catch him, and Ben Tornado. So you got the two sprint champions with this little guy behind him. Talk about a
yeah,
horse leaping up in class. I mean, he has just done spectacularly. I guess Stronghold would have been the disappointment.
yeah, yeah. He
Um,
just didn't pick up his
but
feet. Don't know
yeah,
why.
I know.
I don't think, yeah, he probably, it's funny, Stronghold, Listen Up Chance, and Maximum Bourbon, I think are all skipping the Bing Cross, I mean, the Pat
Matt
O'Brien at
O'Brien for the
7-8,
Santa Ana
and they're
Sprint
going to go to the
Championship.
Santa Anita Sprint Championship. So
So
that'll be a nice rematch.
a horse I think is going to run in the Pat O'Brien is Peter Miller's horse. What was his name? Midnight something.
Midnight something.
Whatever. The Peter Miller horse in there that had never run a sprint distance before. He's only
Yeah.
run 2 turns, and he's like a stone cold from the crowd's closer. I believe he's going to run back at the 7 furlong race. I mean,
You know who
interesting.
else might run in there?
Ironman Cal.
Got that. Got that straight. Cal. Cal staying on the dirt, shortening up. That might
I
be
like
that
it.
might be a good spot for Cal.
I
So,
like it. 7
uh,
furlongs is interesting too. I love a miler cutting back,
yeah, why not? Why
right?
not? Why not
What
us?
else do
And
we have? Oh, Counting Stars.
yes, super
Uh,
impressive in
so
the
I mean,
count.
it looked like it was going to be a showdown for all of 10 strides with her and always a runner. They've run against each other twice. They've each won one race, but then Counting Stars just
Yeah, she was
gone.
awesome. Congratulations, West Point, and some other owners, I'm sure. Mark Cassie?
Mark Cassie. So
Mark
Cassie has
Cassie.
nitrogen running against the boys. He's got this filly who's crushing all the girls. He's got he's winning at like 20% at Saratoga, just in
Got some
general.
good turf fillies too,
Yeah.
and
And
colts.
he's got
Yeah.
that horse coming back in the Jim Dandy. What's his name? Silent Tactic.
Yes.
Are
Yes.
you buying anything in the digital sale right now, by the way? I have it up.
That's just checked. The Facing Tipton digital sales going on right now, and I was just outbid. So
Because
I'm
I'm listening to it as we sit here. No, yeah, just
yeah,
outbid.
I was
So you
just
know what you're
outbid.
buying. Are you buying coordinator?
No, I was going to buy a filly named Mambo Queen.
Okay.
So
Oh, 90,000.
yeah, but unfortunately that was past our budget. So
Oh, you've got to stick to your budget. That
you
makes
gotta
a big
stick to,
difference.
you gotta stick to your budget. That's one thing.
That's
That's a good lesson.
yes.
Make a budget. Look, if you can go one more bid, two more bids, that's fine. But when they go past your budget, there's just nothing you can do. You just stop.
Life
So
and Times is in there for 200,000 right now. Looks like he might be the sales topper.
really,
Yeah. Let's see. The first horse that sold RNA'd. So they're asking 280 for Velvet Beretta.
okay. And this is the Fasig Tipton digital. So hey,
Digital.
special thanks to Fasig, who came on board to the LRF Carroll's golf tournament on
Did
the
they?
24th. Yep, they're doing a sponsorship, and we still have spots available. We have very low on spots available for foursomes. It's Monday, August 24th at the Lomas Santa Fe Country Club, and it's going to be awesome. We have a putting contest. Mark Martinez from Agave Stables just came on, and he's sponsoring the winners of the closest to the pin
Oh, that's what I want to play.
What do you mean?
Closest to the pin.
Well, those are the par
Oh,
threes, dummy. Why don't you
it's
get a
not like
foursome and play?
not like the competition where like you
No.
throw it like bocce ball where you have to get it no?
No.
Oh, never mind then. I'm good.
No. Anyway, go to there's a spot on our website, LRF Cares, our brand new LRF website. Check it out. There's some cool videos on there. Actually, I'd like you to check that out, Michelle. Check out our new website. It's pretty cool. There's a spot for LRF Cares, and I think you can click a link that takes you to the tournament page. So, what is that?
Well, I was
No,
looking
not
at LRF Cares.
lrfcares.com. It's
Oh.
littleredfeather.com. Are you crazy?
No. Oh, look it right there. LRF Cares.
Yeah. So we did this
Boom.
little. No, yeah, there you go. LRF Cares, and you can donate there, and you can. There's a link down there for the tournament. Keep going. Yeah, PCC.
I just want to see who's having fun. All right here. All right.
Chio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sign up to individual. Oh, Lucy did such a great job last year.
Yeah. Very cool. There's a great video on here that we made. Go to LRF Stable. I know this is not supposed to be a show, but we did a video that I really love. Oh no, sorry. My bad. So we did this video that basically takes you through. There's great sound on it. I don't know if
this video right here.
Yeah.
Red Feather Racing, our partnership model is built around one simple idea: clear, consistent communication. You own the horse, we manage the journey, and keep you connected every step of the way. From day one, ownership is transparent, engaging, and fun, because knowing what's happening with your horse is the best part of the experience. When you join an LRF partnership, here's what you can expect. We keep you connected with regular horse email updates, what your horse is doing, and how they're progressing. You receive comprehensive workout reports, complete with video replays and trainer commentary, so you can see exactly what we see. When your horse is entered to run, you'll get a detailed race entry email, track time, race conditions, past performances, and of course an option for VIP seating, everything you need to feel ready for race day. After the race, you'll receive a full race recap, including race replay footage, plus interviews with your trainer and jockey as they break down the performance.
Oh, you can't say that though.
At Little Red Feather, ownership isn't just about having a racehorse, it's about being part of the journey every stride of the way.
That's great. Andrew did a great job on that. Yes.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a cool video.
Except you can't say.
I know. I heard what you said. I didn't realize it, that he said it.
That needs to be altered.
We'll edit it.
Yell at Andrew.
We'll edit it.
That's great, though. I love it.
Yeah, fantastic. It's cool because it's a good place to point someone.
Well, and honestly, it's just, it's meant to be a sizzle reel, and it is sizzly where it makes you feel like, ooh, I really want to get involved. Like it looks fun and it looks bright.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? Like visually, it's great.
I think that's our brand though, right?
Yeah. No, it's 100% your brand.
Mambo Queen sold for LRF. 100. Mambo Queen sold for 100. My max bid was 85. So.
Well, you weren't all far off.
No, we weren't that far off, but stuck to our guns. That's all right.
Especially in a digital sale, you have to do that. Real quick, let me stop sharing that away. Yeah. The Jim Dandy's this weekend. So a very compact field in the Jim Dandy. Only 5 horses. I think it's the return of Silent Tactic. It's the return of Renegade. Commandment's going to be in there. So it's a super interesting race for being a small field, because one of those hopefully step up big. It's not going to be the maiden in there. And then also the Clement Hirsch came up, I thought really, really good.
Yeah, it's a good race.
Good race, right?
Yeah. I wish Thought Process was in there, but she's not. So
you wish she was in this crazy 9-horse field with shippers and
100%.
Oh, I was like, I don't know if we should run in that spot. We thought it was going to be like a small field, and ends up being good. Julie's joining us.
Oh,
so
great.
Maybe does that mean she has Adam? You can nod. I can see you. Not yet. Oh no, Do we need to
Oh,
come?
no.
Hold on. Let's pause. Hold on.
All right, we're
gonna
gonna pause. We will get
Take a
Adam
break.
Kluger.
Wait,
All
wait,
right,
wait.
we are fine.
It was so
What
scary
happened?
right now. Julie scared us
Julie scared us, but we
when
do
she was
have,
like,
we do have Adam Kluger. He is going to join us. This is some kind of miracle. Adam, get in
ready?
here. Yeah.
Duh.
I'm so sorry from last time. I'm here. What's up?
Yeah, I mean, look, we're not the biggest podcast in the world, but we have a
No,
lot of, we got a lot of.
What do you mean? No. He's
18
like, yeah, you're
No,
not. You're
no, no,
very
no, no.
unimportant.
We have 18 followers that were really mad last week, Adam.
My dad was in the hospital for emergency surgery, so it's
Sorry
a
about
real
that.
thing.
Okay.
But I'm here now, and it's it's pretty cold in my office, so I brought a blanket.
Oh, nice.
Yay.
Winning you're in. Nice job.
What an exciting week! What an exciting weekend, right?
It was
Yeah,
an
do you want to
incredible
talk about?
weekend.
Let's talk about the weekend first. Let's talk about the race first,
Yeah.
because I can tell Adam is like exuding excitement right now.
He's pretty pumped up. Run Fast Racing's Listen Up Chance wins the Grade 1 Bing Crosby in like dramatic fashion. I mean, down the lane, what were you thinking?
Everybody told me, like from Doug, Leandro, people that work for me that are at the track all the time told me that the horse is going to win, and I did not think so.
Wow.
What?
I was just being, I thought so, but I didn't want to jinx it. But I thought around the first turn he was going to win it, because I like the fact that Smiles, it's Jeremy, I just call him Smiles because Smiles had him like a little bit. He kind of like, he didn't break great, but he got to the outside. He was stalking, and I felt like the horse in front of him was going to end up coughing it up a bit. I was watching some of the other horses that I thought could close from mid-pack, but he had a lot left. I was actually more surprised that he barely held on at the end. I thought that got me nervous, and we had like 160 Run Fast Racing users that were there, co-owners, right? And everyone lost their mind when he crossed the finish line. But I was like, wait, did he
win?
Did we get bobbed? Like I wasn't 100% sure. And it's the same way he won his first race for us last year at Del Mar when Lil Yachty was there, right? Where he kind of won at the wire, and everyone celebrated, but we weren't sure until we had to calm down and wait for the slow-mo replay. But I mean, geez, what a moment for everyone there. I mean, most of the people that were there of the 160 were new users, and their first race ever was opening weekend. So
That's
their
incredible.
first time ever at the track, they win 2 races in one day. Their second time ever at the track, they win a Grade 1. Like, these are people that, I mean, are so spoiled beyond spoil and are hooked, right? And
that's great
for us, for the sport. I mean, I got to witness for myself what I think that I've built, which is really more community than anything else. I think I underestimated the fact that, people of all ages are really coming together and using horse racing as the medium. And I think it's such a beautiful thing. I was telling somebody the other day how good I feel about what I'm doing. It's not like these guys where it's like, hit record. Like, this is really important. And I'm liking
hit
it
records
from an
are pretty
emotional,
cool
personal
too, though.
standpoint,
Yeah, hit
How
records
did
are pretty cool.
you guys come across this horse? Because I mean, originally he was a lower level claiming horse, and then he was a cheap yearling to go way back to there. So he broke his maiden at Del Mar for 20, and then there was no. I mean, he wasn't claimed or anything. Did you guys privately purchase him? Did great friends get in, and then you guys bought in? I mean, all he's done is.
So I'll start at the end and the beginning. So great friends came in 3 weeks ago. So we're great friends.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for us, for our business model is really about volume, right? We want to have a lot of races for our users to get into the sport. So great friends, Craig, who's a great guy. I said, hey, Craig, we'll sell you a tiny slice of Listen Up Chance in exchange for a tiny slice of a handful of your horses that give us volume. So great friends came away with me. A year ago at Del Mar, early, Lil Yachty, who's my client and a partner in Run Fast Racing, was going to come out there to go to his first horse race ever. And I called Doug and I said, Doug, I need to buy something for 30 so we could drop him for 10. And he'll go off at 1 to 5. He'll win. Yachty will get in the winner's circle and become addicted to the sport. We'll definitely lose the horse, but we're only literally we'll buy something to drop and lose. That was Listen Up Chance. So what happened was the race filled. So we couldn't put him in for 10 on dirt. So we had to step him up to the $80,000 allowance.
They put him in an 80. They put him in allowance, non-winners of 1X.
And he won 20-something to 1. So we're not
incredible.
To have this horse.
Yeah,
like this horse was bought to lose. So
what a
it's
great story.
unbelievable that we still have them. Like Doug and I talk about it. This might have been like the luckiest purchase ever. And the horse
And
keeps getting better. So this was just a miracle. Like this horse was specifically bought to drop.
that's amazing. What a great story. That's
Could have
awesome.
had
What
him
a,
for 10.
I mean,
Now
you
he's a
gotta
grade
go.
1 winner. What
Yeah.
about shipping him back to Saratoga? I mean,
So
that was a tough race.
the team thought that he was going to be competitive, and they were right. I mean, that was another really shocking performance because that race he didn't break at all, right? And he kind of shoved up down the rail and he held on, and I think he had like a 103 buyer, which was a huge step up. But everyone that's working the horses in the morning and the trainers and the trainers' assistants keep saying that this horse continues to progress. He had feet problems early, and he was still winning. And all credit to everyone that's working his feet and doing the shoes, and really. He ever since then he's just been continually improving at a crazy level, especially for a horse that was this cheap, right? So we also got invited to the Korea Cup, which we officially now have passed on.
Oh, bummer.
I don't want to do. He does travel well, but we want to keep him local. We'll bring him to Santa Anita. We'll probably do the Santa Anita. I think it's the championship sprint, right?
Sprint championship.
Sprint championship, and then we'll ship
And
out.
then Breeders' Cup, and then Saudi.
And then Dubai, yeah.
Oh, why
That'd
not
be
Saudi?
amazing.
Sorry,
I don't even know when it's that.
Yeah. Michelle, you're getting too far down the line. One race at a
Michelle, knows a lot more than Adam Kluger, so I don't know.
I'm going to give you some very valuable advice right now. One race at a time. Don't listen to Michelle. Santa Anita Sprint Championship.
We want to keep the horse healthy. We want to keep going. I just know that Korea. I mean, also think of our business model, right? It's like, what's the best thing that could happen in Korea? We win the purse, right? For us, it's more about creating experiences that are going to generate new Run Fast Racing users that are going to build the platform and expand the sport. And I don't think we're not going to pull a lot of Korean users when we're focused exclusively on U.S. racing, right?
Right.
There'll come a time, right, when we decide to bring on BTS to be our partner and we go out there and tear it up. But for now, it's like we want to focus on activities and activations that are going to get people excited when they can actually go to the races,
How did this all start? Like, were you a horse racing fan and then created Run Fast Racing? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I was watching Michelle forever on there. Yeah.
What's that?
I've been watching Michelle since the early TVG days. Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm a big fan. Yeah. I loved horse racing since I was probably 16 years old, and it was really more on the compulsive gambling end at the beginning, right? Like everybody else.
Of course.
But it kind of transformed into, as I got into music, when I was like 21, I started working with artists. I really kind of became very obsessed with why things are popular and how to make them popular. And I remember I lived in California, probably 21, 22, and I would try and get my friends to come to Hollywood Park. And they'd all come back and say, "Oh, it's stupid. It's horrible." And it really offended me personally, right?
Yeah.
Because it kind of always had a connotation where it was either for compulsive gamblers or was gatekept for rich people, right? There was never really something like that. So I think and I remember, I always tell the story when I was that age. I remember driving down and using the last of my money to get into the golf tournament for the disabled jockeys funds. I was probably 22, and I remember giving $80 to the starter and saying, "Please put me on with Garrett Gomez," because I love it. And they put me on the cart with Garrett, and I was his partner, and I was really bad at golf, and he was really good, and he hated my guts, right? And I remember the other cart with us was David Flores, who was loud and funny, and I remember it was for me, even though I was working with Lady Gaga, Garrett Gomez was a bigger celebrity in my eyes. I was more starstruck with those guys than I was music, and I was always obsessed. And I was also obsessed as I got older with bridging the gap and finding ways to get young people to see it the way I did. And it's working right now. And the reason it's working is because we're giving them the vanity that's typically reserved for very wealthy people. And once you bait people with that level of vanity, puts us in a position where, because the sport is so extraordinary, we let the sport convert them into fans on its own. And that's kind of the name of the game. It's a bait with ownership vanity, convert with the experience, which luckily I don't have to touch the experience, and it shouldn't be touched. The history and the tradition of horse racing is what makes it special. And that's why
awesome.
I'm not out here trying, nothing against the leagues and stuff, but I would never do that because I think the sport is beautiful on its own. It's just a matter of exposing people to that beauty.
I love
I
that.
feel like you've got some exposure for sure, because I see a lot of people at the track now, and they're like, "Oh, we're here. We're going to the Run Fast Lounge. We're going, you know what I mean, here." So,
Yeah.
you know,
I
there's
mean,
definitely a big contingency of younger people that you brought in that are now like feeling like those owners.
yeah, I mean, Michelle, for $100 a month, if you were, new in horse racing, and you got to go to the barn and you got to go to the winter circle and you got to make decisions that impact the outcome, you'd be more excited too. And these people get paid cash into their bank account within 3 minutes of a race being over. No waiting to pay bills, no syndicate stuff, no ownership of one horse for a set fee. Like, everybody's in. We're not gambling. We're not a security because we're not selling micro shares. So we're able to pay out these user rewards, which really, what's the real difference between being an owner paying $100,000 and a Run Fast user paying $100? There's no
What? Yeah. Can you?
difference? Yeah.
It's an amazing
Yeah,
model.
the Run
Can
Fast
you
user
take
gets their money quicker than the owner gets it.
Exactly.
They've made money. No one has paid
Take-
for Run Fast Racing, by the way, since this inception. They've made cash. Yeah.
That's amazing. How does it work? Like, you keep saying users and it's almost like a club. Can you like pretend Michelle and I are looking to get into Run Fast Racing? Give us the elevator pitch. But
We
tell us a
start
little
with
bit
this.
about
Wow.
how it works.
We'd start with, you two look very sophisticated. You must know a lot about horse racing, so we'll skip all that. By the way, great hat, great shirt. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh, that's because they're both Little Red Feather, though. You better.
Yeah, there you go.
I like Little Red Feather's iconic company. Like, we love those guys. Stop.
Thank you. Thank you.
We love it. But no, I mean, listen, it's become a co-owner. So you're paying a subscription fee. It's $100 a month, $900 a year, or $5,000 lifetime. And you're paying the fee, and you have access into the app as a co-owner, which gives you access to all the racetracks for free that we run at. You never buy a ticket. Del Mar opening day, no one paid the fee, which is expensive. It is free. You have access to either the Run Fast Racing Owner's Box, which is at Del Mar. I'm sorry, it's Santa Anita, or the Run Fast Racing Lounge, which is at Del Mar. And we're going to launch all these other tracks shortly as well. Many of our events have open bar and free food. The ones that don't, we do give out free drink ticket. Yeah, see, I just sold her.
She only drinks. Wait, stop. She only drinks.
I love
Vouv.
a good subscription. Hold on now.
She only drinks Vouv, and she has a crazy other drink that you would not believe, Adam.
In that case, it's a great paid cash bar down the hall. Yeah, but they also, on the app, there's something called the boardroom, where every week we allow the users to make decisions that impact the outcome. We let the users decide what jockey we should try and get to ride on the horse. This week we launched a thing about Listen Up Chance about should we go to the Korea Cup, and it came back no. So
That's cool.
Yeah, like we want people to make, for me, when I became an owner. I'm sorry, let me finish this and I'll tell you that. So also the rest of it is, direct pay. So when the horses win, you get paid. And people have asked me a lot, well, doesn't that mean the more users, the less payout? It does not. It's the opposite.
Really?
Because for us, the more users we have, the more money we get from sponsored brands, right? So if you watch any of our big races, we have more mainstream brands like C4 Energy or things like that on these pants that are paying a significantly larger amount than you would see typically, because they're celebrity-owned horses. And when we win a race, it gets on the TMZs and the mainstream press, which adds more media value for brands. So if we have a brand paying us $40,000 for a race at Los Alamitos, which happens, we put that money into the pot too. We give it away to the user. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Nuts. Think about it. I mean, when we won that race at Los Al for 6 or 7 a long time ago, that article was everywhere. And in the article was a picture of the horse in the winner's circle or a replay. Someone's got to be on the horse. So that's significant brand exposure. And it's similar to what you would consider product placement in music, right? It's an implied endorsement. So a brand could go out there and spend, $3 million to do an endorsement deal with Lil Wayne or Raul Alejandro, or they could pay $40,000 and have that alignment in press, right? Which still, it's an endorsement by association. So it's an easy sell for us. And all of that money gets put into the pot and also paid out to the user. But our payouts aren't based on purse winnings.
Right.
It's just based on, it's based on a combination of the level of the race and how many users we have. The more users, the more we pay out.
How many users do you have right now?
A lot. Can't give you those numbers exactly, but a lot.
Okay. A lot.
We have a lot, and that's before we won. The app launched, I think, a little over 2 months ago, and we're in the thousands.
Wow,
that's awesome. But I want to harp on that for a second, so could I go on right now, sign up for
Listen Up Chance? Yes, you
Run Fast Racing, and now I own a piece of Listen Up Chance in the Breeders' Cup. Wow, that's so cool.
Done.
Yeah, Michelle's gonna sign
And
up.
guess what? That payout will far exceed what you're going to pay on your monthly. And the reason again is because for us, the power is in the numbers. If we get to 25,000 users, in my opinion, we become the hottest commodity in the history of horse racing because we could move the attention of our users to specific tracks. I can move all of my horses to one racetrack, and what happens to that racetrack? Because essentially, for now, these users are really only watching the races that the app tells them to, right? It's saying you have horses running at this time, this time, this time. So for me, it's like if we have the ability to control an army of people, that then puts us in a position as a company to make a lot of money in different ways, right? We could create our own crown jewel event and combine it with a music festival if you want to, right? And we have a huge audience ready and willing to watch and attend. But really, most importantly, at least for now, everybody's winning by association, right? We are going to these racetracks like Del Mar and Santa Anita, and soon it'll be Belmont, and then we'll continue to scale upwards. And we are saying, let us do everything, pay us nothing. We want to bring celebrities, we want to bring crowds, and we just want to give them the exposure that they deserve to see. And eventually that model will shift and change a bit. But for now, what do we care if we have 30,000 people that are involved in Listen Up Chance?
That's right.
It's just, what it doesn't, we're not getting greedy. We want to get everyone in the door the same way every great business does. Give something amazing away for as close to cheap, as close to free as possible. And once we hit a certain threshold, then we could put ourselves in a position to really bank and make monies in a lot of ways, utilizing a lot of ancillaries that haven't existed yet in the space, right? Think about other business, think about other sports, right? Like the majority of the income that's made by the sports and especially the teams are ancillary revenue, right? Revenue that's not necessarily, traditional ticket sales or, merch, right? There's all these other things that come into play, but they only come into play when there's a certain level of popularity that's there, right?
Yeah.
And horse racing, we need to get there. There needs to be a level of popularity that allows every jockey to make money, win, lose, or draw, because they have a brand sponsor that pays them real cash. We need to get in a position where, there's TV deals where we don't have to worry about losing great partners like FanDuel, right? And really it just comes down to ratings and getting the sport exposure beyond just 4, crown jewel events per year, right? And it's going to take some time, but I think that this is a great way to do it. It's to get people in at the highest level for the lowest cost.
It seems it's phenomenal. It's interesting because you mentioned syndicates, you mentioned My Racehorse. This is so different.
Yeah.
Why do you think no one did this before?
I think because I think that getting people involved in something like this, I think we needed an anchor, a hook. I mean, I don't think the celebrities are the biggest draw anymore. I think now people are starting to seize the experience. But at the beginning, I mean, you got to get some real firepower in press, and also it has to be authentic. Like I spent 2 years before we launched the app building just kind of a foundation for the company. If you remember, horses named songs and rappers showing up to things like this is before, if you look back at the press for the last couple of years, it was celebrities are getting involved in horse racing. That's all that we had out there on purpose, right? We never made people. I never wanted people to know that there was going to be a larger play here involving fans, because otherwise you have again, I think everyone getting involved in horse racing, its benefits. So this is not meant to discredit things, but you see, Nelly has a horse racing team, came out of nowhere. It's not, no one's buying that. It's a Nelly's fan. Right. It looks like he was paid, right? But it's I think that no one's done it before, because the business of horse racing before was in purse winnings and getting champion horses, right? The model is we make money if we, breed a champion, sell the breeding rights, do stallion shares, win races. That's the only way to make money in horse racing, right? So why would you build an app and give all the money back to the users?
Mm-hmm.
We're doing it because we're finding new ways to capitalize on the sport that I think weren't looked at before. We're looking, we're really in the game of short step, long vision here, right? We're willing to give it all away for now, and look at the larger play. And I'm glad, and I really appreciate all the kind gestures, but I will say My Racehorse did a phenomenal job. I mean, they built a fantastic business that makes a lot of money for them, and they brought a lot of people into the game. They are in it more for an investment and they're in it for a much different reason. Our users are in it for an experience. Their users are in it for, other things. But I think My Racehorse is a great company. I think syndicates. I mean, look at what Craig did with Great Friends. And everything and everything that you're doing. It's like these are great models, but these are meant for people that already are to a level. They have a certain level of sophistication in horse racing.
Yeah.
That model would never work with people that have never watched the race. It's a little complicated, right? And what happens when they buy in on a racehorse and the horse, doesn't end up running or ends up losing every race? Like, we have to have 5.
That's not fun. That's not fun.
Like for us, it's like, we want volume. Like, I want, when someone buys into Run Fast Racing, they own a piece of every existing horse and every future horse for $100 a month. We will never, ever upcharge for different horses unless something comes where, like, something may come where it's one individual horse with one particular celebrity only meant for X amount of people. But we don't want to do that. We want volume. We want people. We want action. We want people to be able to make money without gambling.
Right.
It's amazing. It's a great listen, it's a great model. And you know what? It's different. I was just gonna say that, Michelle. It's innovative. And what you're doing, I mean, I remember when I started and I syndicated my first racehorse in 1991, which I don't think you were born.
I was born. I'm older.
Okay.
He's like, I was one. Don't worry.
I'm getting there. Yeah.
My whole intent was to bring people to the sport that I loved. That was it. That was the intent. That was my brand vision, and I think you've taken this to another level. So kudos to you and congratulations on all the success.
We've been talking about how we need partnerships with other people's sports, brands, everything like that. And it feels like no one can bridge that. And not only have you done it and attempted to hear, but you've also been thoughtful about it and very strategic about it. Like you say, building this base before you jump in both feet. I think that it's great.
I appreciate it. And listen, I'm sure we'll hit a million bumps in the road, and I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I know all the answers, because I don't, and it's all, and that's business. But I think that, I spent a career building, artists and brands. Like, that's all I've done. Right. And I am also not a tourist in horse racing. Like, I love this. Like, I mean, I've been on this forever, every day, 5 days a week for, 25 years watching races, dating back to when there were barely any platforms to watch online, if none. Right. I remember getting thrown in a cop car because I kept sneaking into the track underage, and my mother had to pick me up when I was 17. Like, I love it, and I don't want to change it either. Like, it should not be changed. That's the beauty, right? And I just think that because my career has been built on creating brands for young people and figuring out ways to build narratives that are easily digestible by a new audience for certain people, this is just a natural fit. I mean, the last big artist I broke was the Cash Me Outside girl, Bad Baby. If I could do that, I could definitely do this.
Oh, don't kid yourself. Yeah, I can't wait till this ends and I can send you my son's. My son is a budding recording artist.
I'm never touching. I'm never music again. Horses don't talk back.
You're out of music.
Horses don't talk back. I'm sticking.
Wow.
This is my
trainers.
I've been out for 2 years. I stopped managing everybody for this. I stopped everybody. Yeah, I don't do. This is all I do. Run Fast Racing. It's been 2 years. Yeah, I haven't taken a paycheck in 2 years, and I've never been happier. That's serious. Like, this is it. Like, I if you notice, like, my clients became partners in this business. Like, Yachty I was his manager, right? He was the first one on board, and I just like to go all in on things. And I feel like if I'm not willing to risk it all, why would I expect anyone to even risk $100? So I'm going for it, and we're definitely not going anywhere. Things like what happened last weekend, I mean, that's just a gift, because I mean, it's like, like the Belmont Stakes was great, right? But that was just a very forward-thinking owner, Glenn, that saw me at Santa Anita and really believes in what we're doing and wanted to help. He said, hey, I'm going to sell you 10% of the horse for $25,000, which is like nothing for a Belmont Stakes horse. And he let us have that experience. This is something that we did on our own, that it's like, and we did it with users there. Like, this is just a great thing. And I have to pray the horse stays healthy. After this, we're Derby. I will get a Derby horse.
Oh, I have no doubt you will have a Derby horse.
I will get a Derby horse any way I have to. I don't care what I got to barter or trade, but we're getting a Derby horse, because that's another experience. And imagine these new race fans in 1 year get to do Breeders' Cup and Derby. Like, they will never leave horse racing. That's how you get new fans. It's not by throwing a concert at the Pegasus Cup. It's not how you do it. Like, they are going to come for a show. They're going to leave. You have to get them in there the same way we did. And, you know, I'm sure all of our dads or whatever probably brought us to the track. Dads aren't bringing kids to the track anymore. So now it's got to be Lil Wayne.
Well, I can tell you that from horse racing in general, we appreciate you and we appreciate what you're doing. And
I appreciate you guys. Yeah.
We wish you all the best.
Well, I have a question still. Don't hang up. How did you get involved with Doug?
So I bought my first horse by myself through Doug. Well, I had this idea like 7 years ago. And my business manager, a guy named Matt Siegel, his dad, Mickey Siegel, has been in horse racing for a while. And I told them, I guess, an idea about popularizing horse racing, doing all the stuff I'm doing now. And I said, before I do that, I need to buy a horse. I need to get in the inside because I need to see if everything I think is true and where the disconnect is and why things aren't working. So they worked with Doug before on horses, and I met Doug, and I bought a 2-year-old in training Ocala, and I named him Beef Winslow, and he still rides.
Oh.
I love Beef Winslow.
Beef Winslow was.
Named Beef Winslow?
Yeah,
That is
I named him
hilarious.
after my fat friend named Shabazz that we got banned from the Encore Wynn Hotel for partying too much. So we had to create aliases, and he likes eating beef, and he looked like Carl Winslow from Family Guy. So that's from Family Matters. Sorry, Family Matters.
Yeah, Family Matters.
Yeah, so I named Beef Winslow, and I bought the horse with Doug, and our first race was at Del Mar too, and I brought all my friends in a party bus and Doug's box and the horse. The race was over for about 18 seconds before he crossed the finish line. It was just horrendous. But then he started getting really good after I lost them.
Yeah.
So I heard about the claiming stuff, right? But yeah, so Beef Winslow was my first horse, and Doug was our trainer. And when I had the idea of this business, Doug literally came and sat down with me in an office for 2 hours and answered every question I had about horse racing from the inside. And he is the most honest, forward-thinking, fun trainer that, you know, drinks just the right amount of alcohol. And we love him. Everything about him.
He likes tequila and bottles this big.
But you know, Doug is just fantastic. Every owner loves it, or every Run Fast Racing owner, user, he comes down, he talks to every user of the app.
Yes.
Right?
That's Doug.
He shakes hands, he takes pictures, he knows how to play the game. And I think that's what, you know, he's also a phenomenal trainer with a phenomenal staff. But I think because he's such a good, he knows how to work a room so well, and he's so authentic. I think that's why he's done so great in the sport. I mean, it's so important as a trainer, especially with new people, to have the patience to answer questions that not many other trainers do that. Like some trainers, I own horses and they wouldn't call me ever. Like it would take 2 weeks to get a call back. Like I own the horse. Like I want to know what's going on, especially as a new owner. Like I'm not Paul Redham. Like I don't know the game yet as well as they do. Like sometimes I need some TLC, and Doug, I'll never leave him. And I told Doug, and I said, I'm gonna make him the most famous trainer in horse racing. If it's the last thing I do, and help him build his book of business. Not that he even needs my help. The guy's unstoppable right now at Del Mar. But like I can't say enough good things about him. I really can't.
It's awesome. I'm gonna ask a couple.
I want to know where the relationship came from because he seems like the perfect pairing for this.
Good
I mean, like, no offense, but Neil Drydstill would not work for this program. You know what I mean? So like,
I don't know.
He's very quiet and reserved, and I don't think he would do like.
No,
do
this
well.
is not.
I mean, we had a couple along the way. Like we also work with Diodoro, so he also is one of our trainers, and I love him, and he's fantastic too. And he's going to be doing our training for our horses at Belmont, and he's a great guy. We worked with Rick Dutra for a while. He was great. I mean, I like a lot of trainers here, but Doug, I mean, it came through my business manager, Matt Siegel, and he was. I mean, you're right. I couldn't have thought. Looking at all I never thought about that, Michelle. Honestly,
It's a good fit.
Thinking about all the trainers, like he is the perfect fit personality wise. Also,
yeah.
We got.
What kind of what? I need to know. Wait,
right?
we asked this of a lot of our guests, and I need to know. What kind of rooter are you? Are you a program slapper, a snapper, a reverse snapper? Like, what are you like down the lane in the grade 1 the other day? Are you jumping?
I'm not a snapper or that. I'm not actually I can't say that. I'm not. I think honestly, I just like tense up and just watch. Like I get really beady eyes, even though they're usually the opposite. I get like beady eyes and I just watch, and I get quiet. And then after the race, I'm a big damn it or a big
Yeah.
And I like to say, I told you,
Yeah.
Well,
do you come to the races when your horses aren't running?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was at Del Mar on Sunday. I mean,
Did you bet Gold Phoenix?
Huh?
Did you bet Gold Phoenix?
He paid so good, by the way.
On Sunday,
he paid so good.
No, I didn't. I bet the horse they lost by a head bob. I didn't bet him. The last.
Oh, Cabo Spirit.
Yeah, I was like, why is Johnny V all the way out here on a 3-5 shot for one race? And I was like, I got to try and beat him, but I was like, there's no way he's gonna lose. But obviously he did. It was Hector Barrios on Gold Phoenix, right? That was I looked at him the whole time. I did. And with my horses, I always bet all the pick fives and single my horses every time they run.
That's nice.
So like I hit the pick five, like all chance or all chance. It's always chalk. And I always tell people, every bet I make, I win every bet I all.
Yeah. And it's always the 6-5 favorite.
If I all leg, I'm guaranteed to win it. That's the only time I can win. I have to all every race. Otherwise, I lose.
Adam,
that is some great handicapping strategy right there. I was like, you and Dylan Donnelly should make a.
Never lose if you all. Yeah.
Never lose. That's my favorite button.
Tell me about Little Red Feather. I want to learn more. You guys are like the greatest.
Oh, we're not doing this now. This is a podcast about you. We've already bragged about Little Red Feather.
We'll do it later, but I want to learn. And Michelle, I want to talk to you next time I see the check.
If you're down are you down this weekend?
So this week, I've been there. I have to skip this weekend. I landed at 6 a.m. today, and I need some time home in New York.
Okay.
But I'm coming back on the 6th, so I'll be there. Are you going to be there?
All right.
Oh, we're going to pass in the night. I'm heading to New York on the 7th.
I will be there, Adam. I will come find you in Doug's.
Will you please come to our section? I'll give you a free drink, and Michelle, I'll show you where the bar is to buy the expensive stuff next time you're there.
Billy drinks expensive stuff too. He has his own drink at the racetrack.
You can have whatever he wants.
It's called an Awesome.
You've never had an Awesome?
I don't know, man. I don't know about that. I'll give you an awful. I'll give you an awful if we lose.
Do you know why it's called an Awesome?
Why?
Because it's awesome.
Fair enough.
Hey, cheers to you, my friend. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
The one thing I want to say before you go, I hope that the horse racing community is welcoming you into this game rather than so many times people come in, fly by night, they have an idea, and the racing industry has a tendency to poo-poo that and to say, this guy will never make it. I hope these podcasts will help. And if there's anything you need, you let us know.
I've never been met with less resistance trying to disrupt. Great. Everybody has been incredible.
Good. That's what we want to hear. And if there's ever a problem, you come to us.
Good job, horse racing.
I'm going to my muscle. If ever a problem.
Adam Kluger, Run Fast Racing. Look at those guns. Hey.
Yeah,
Don't show off your guns.
It's holding that mic so tight all them years. Yeah.
I got the forearm strength right there.
That's the vein. That's the mic vein. Yeah.
Thank you, Adam. We appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Adam.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
He was awesome.
That was great.
Genius.
Better. So we talked for a long time.
We did. That was like one of our longest interviews, but he had so much to say and he was so eloquent about it. And I feel like he is so smart about look, just even the planning stages to now. Like I feel like we've talked to some people that have ideas and no idea how to flesh them out. And it's like he's fleshed this stuff out. And then he has future goals too.
People always ask me.
I'm going to buy a piece.
You know what's funny? It's like people always ask me, like, what do you think of this when new ideas come in? Whatever it is, My Racehorse, Run Fast Racing, the new league. I'm for everything. Like, I don't want to go into anything being like, this will never work. Like that attitude is probably the reason why horse racing is where it is today. And we need youth, and excitement and an exuberance and new and fresh ideas that Adam's bringing to the game. So I, for one, appreciate Run Fast Racing. Yeah, good job, Michelle. Even though I don't know if he'd like the veranda, he likes like the suite area. He's, I might be too old, but I'll go visit him and talk to him. But anyway, thank you for listening, everybody. We know we were a week late and $1 short, but we did get Run Fast Racing, and
timing was perfect, actually.
Yeah, it was great. We'll see you in Del Mar this weekend.
Yes, see you in Del Mar this weekend. Clement Hirsch and something else. I don't remember.
Yeah,
but
Clement Hirsch. Okay.
Bye.
Bye.